Hey guys, thank you very much for tuning into another video of my life. In this video, we are going to do an unboxing of the Tefal Blendeo Plus. As you can see, it's got a blender and also it's got these two bits which I think blend wet and dry ingredients to make pastes, and you can crush ice in there and so on and so forth. The main reason to buy this one for me was because I need something that can blend dry spices. Okay, and there's a lot of so things like coffee grinders basically, if you like, but I was looking for something that's more versatile, that can blend wet as well as dry ingredients. Now there are many spice grinders out there and coffee grinders which do all the dry stuff, maybe in a couple that do wet stuff as well, but when you look at the price to quality ratio and everything else, and in terms of features, etc., I found that the Tefal Blendeo Plus was a very good value proposition. As anyone who's been watching any of my videos on my channel, you will know that I'm a sucker for good value to quality proposition, really. So I just thought, in effect, all I'm looking for is this, but the price of this whole thing was such that, in effect, I'm getting this for free. And the motor is quite powerful. So I'm looking for a powerful motor that isn't going to overheat and stuff, because grinding coffee beans is one thing, and then grinding whole sort of Indian spices, etc., is another. Okay, but here you go, some more detail. This is a wide angle camera, so the resolution isn't going to be as crisp as a normal, but if I just do 1x, you know, it's going to properly zoom in. I mean, I can show you that now. If I go 1x, you can see how closely it zooms into things. So I'm going 0.5x to show you everything now. So all sides of the boxes now. So you've seen the front, you can, or the top rather. This is the front. Ice crush technology, frozen drinks in less than a minute, etc. 450 watts, which is quite powerful. A lot of other grinders will be a lot weaker than that. So that's another reason and logic as to why I picked this one, because you do have other grinders with lower power levels on there. But remember, this needs 450 because it should also be able to support this, okay, and crushing everything that you fill in this large jug. So therefore, by default, it's going to have a higher amount of power to blend everything, which is 1.5 liters in volume. But of course, my assumption is that same power is also going to be delivered in these small things. And therefore, if you're putting in spices, you can fill more spices in, is my guess. We'll see if it works or not. And you should be able to do more spices per attempt, really. Whereas with coffee grinders and things like that, which might have, let's say, 250, 300 watts, maybe a little bit less than that, etc., then you might not be able to fill it up as much as I might be able to do with this. And that was also another reason to buy this rather than exclusive coffee grinders. And for a few pounds extra, even in price, it would still be worth it. You can see everything else here. Again, it's really small writing for the resolution to pick up, so apologies for that. But let's have a look. It just says blender's expertise, and then these are some other, you know, ice crush frozen technology, reliable 10 years product warranty or something like that. Okay, so of course the thing with blenders is it can break, it can overheat, it can stop working, etc. That's the bottom of the box. I'll show you to this way. You can see that it's been bought in the UK. If you want to purchase this, by the way, or anything else, there will be some links in the description. Please feel free to use them, and anything you buy on there, it will not cost you anything extra, but does help me and the channel because they are affiliate links. Okay, let's get this unboxed now. It is a virgin unboxing, which means I've not seen what the contents, and this is the first time I'm slicing it up. On the left, let's go in on the right. Nice and smooth, no worries at all. Go in with this. Nice, easy, sharp knife, nothing complicated. And there we have it. And when you open it at the top, that's what you get. That's what it looks like. This looks like the top of the lid of the 1.5 liter jar. This looks like one of those spice processors. Okay, let's take this off. Lovely sort of packaging, really. I'm sure it's not meant to be opened up sideways, but it's just for convenience in our case. Let's look at the leaflet inside. Here you go, in many different languages. From the looks of things, it's quite a big one, actually. I might not open the whole thing up, okay, but there you go. It's quite large, and it's still going because you can see on the side here there's more pages. Okay, so I'm not going to open this up. I'm sure there's going to be an online version of this document, so I might just look at it online. But there you go. It's a newspaper-sized, comfortably newspaper-sized manual in there. Also, of course, this is not a review, so it's only going to be, because I'm not going to use it at the moment. I'll use it over the next few days, and we'll see how we get on with it. And maybe I might leave a comment to see whether it's working, whether there's any issues with that, etc. So this is an international guarantee booklet in here. Very small writing. Again, the camera's not going to pick this up on a wide angle pretty much, and there's going to be, you know, blurring on the edges, as you can see there. You know, at the center it's clear, and if we go in the edge it's blurry, etc. But yeah, that's okay. But so you get this little booklet. This is another document, and what does it look like? It looks like the user's manual, perhaps. Yeah, so it tells you all the bits and pieces that are in there. I think you're supposed to just check the contents, making sure that it's all available, and then depending on the model you get different bits. So I think it's saying here, depending on the model. So you'll get this, and this with this one, I think. And if you buy some other model, maybe you might not get some of these components. But there's some pictures, yes, some pictorial instructions for you there, what the maximum amount of things you should fill in, the power plug, etc. You can see that's all in front of you. Again, apologies for the blurriness, it's just because I'm using a wide angle lens. And further instructions, they've done it in a nice way. You don't need to speak English or even any other language. You should hopefully be able to get by just looking at these instructions oh, that's interesting, in picture form. So you can see here that the 450 watts looks like it might be used during the grinding phase, and then the blending phase might be using 280 watts. I'm not 100% sure. Or is it that my model is 450? I'm not 100% sure, but nonetheless, I've got the powerful one, which is the main thing I was looking for. So you can have a read through that. What's on the other side? Okay, the other side is this. Did we see this side? I'm not quite sure, but you can see it here. Again, it all says, you know, depending on the model and so forth. It's relatively straightforward. And the other thing I thought as well, actually, I'll mention it in a second. But for now, let's continue with the unboxing. Okay, so that's what you get. Okay, let's take it all out in one go and have it in front of the camera. Oops, sorry about that. Apologies. All right, let's get that out of the way. Have I already broken it before it's even come out the box? No, it's fine. So I guess it's a little bit tough as well, okay? There you go. All right. So the green one comes in this one packaged up. You can see it here. And the red one is in here. So something I thought about, because you can get a lot of, like I said, a lot of these grinders, and you'll only have a window to see it from the top like that. And I just thought it was cool that you can see everything throughout the entire thing as it's blending up. So you can see whether the whole thing is blended. Normally you'd get a coffee grinder. It looks like this bit pretty much. The sides might be steel, it might be plastic, something else. And you look from the top to judge whether enough grinding has occurred. Okay, in this one I think it was an advantage that the whole thing is see-through. And I also thought it might be easier to wash up, because you can see it's like a glass shape. Sometimes this is part of the machine, so it might be part of this. Okay, so the way to clean it is you have to use a wet wipe cloth or something else like that. I just thought it was very cool. And also sometimes the way you open it might make it more prone to spillage, right? Whereas this one is nice. You open it this way, okay, and you close it that way. So there's minimal likelihood of spillage, really, I thought anyway. And furthermore, on this one, it should be easier to clean. Okay, I'm guessing this is dishwasher proof. I don't know for sure, but even if it isn't, I mean, you can rinse this very easily. Again, contrast that with, say, something that has this kind of a fit. Okay, this also seems, you can take this out, nice. On old style ones, on the blenders, you may remember that this wouldn't come out. So the way to wash it is you have to really get in there and kind of risk your fingers and stuff whilst you try to clean it off. Whereas everything in this one seems to be detachable. So the red ones, of course, come off. The green one would be the same. Okay. I don't know why they're different. I genuinely don't know. I need to read it in the manual. The blades do look about the same. Okay, this blade is larger. So you can see this blade is larger than this one. Okay, compare it side by side. I think this one, yeah, the shape is different, look. So this one is straight. This one is a little bit jaunty angled. I don't know why. Must have some purpose. Again, I'll just have to read it in the manual as to what it is. The plastic is quite hard. Something you need to consider is, and I'm okay with this because I'm careful with my things, apart from that thing that I just dropped at the start of the video. But normally I really am careful. So something for you to bear in mind is if you want something that's more robust maybe, so you'd want something that's maybe steel or metal that doesn't break as easy, then you get those online as well. But in my case, I want to see things, and that's why I've gotten this one, and I'm relatively careful with this, so this is not going to break anytime soon. And when I put my fingers around it, it does feel like sort of thick and solid plastic, so I haven't got any questions about the construction. Of course, Tefal is a well-known brand as well, so I shouldn't really have any quality issues there. Overall, this looks nice. The button feels normal, it feels sturdy. Okay, so there's some suction pads at the front with slight flex in them. The back is just solid plastic. Some cooling area vents at the bottom and the sides here as well. I can sort of see through inside the casing from these gills, what I would describe as. Yeah, overall, pretty good, pretty good. The weight isn't that much as well, and you can see the suction works just fine. Okay, finally, let's have a look in here. There you go, that's what the blade looks like. That is very sharp, very sharp. Oh yes, that is as sharp as a knife down there, guys. Okay, as sharp as a knife. And it comes out as well. Brilliant, brilliant solution. So the whole thing, very easy to wash. Anyone who uses blenders, you'll know that this bottom end, if it doesn't come out, is a right pain to clean it up, etc. But this is nice and convenient, and I hope, and it does look like, there's no reason why not. The whole thing does look dishwasher safe, which is even better. But like I said, even if not, you can very easily clean these things really. All of these things are very easy to clean, very easy to use. So that's partly the reason why I bought this for my own use. I'll be using this going forward. So I hope this video helped you out in some way as part of your purchase decision. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Leave some comments for me as well. I always read those and appreciate those. And subscribe to the channel. Every little subscription, every little like, every little comment really does help me and motivate me for another video, to make another video for you guys. So once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.